How do you multiply these two? 12, first 12 plus 12 into plus 72. Okay. Next, again this 12 into this x should give you 12x. Then this x into this 72. And then again this x into this x. So x into x will give you an x square. Okay. Similarly, we want to multiply the next one, 22 into 42. This 22 with this 42. Then again this 22 with this x. Then this x, this 42. And finally, your this x with this x. Give you x squared. Okay. Now we simplify. 12 into 72 will give you a 864 plus 12x plus 7x will give you 84x plus x square is equal to 22 into 42 will give you a 924, and 42 plus 22 will give you a 64 plus x. Now you take everything to one side. You take x to one side and the constants to the other side. What do you have here? You have 84x plus x square, so they remain as it is. 64x come from the other side, so it becomes minus 64, plus x square comes from the other side, it becomes minus x square is equal to 924, and 864 is actually moving from 864 is moving from this side to this side, so it becomes negative. So what do we have here? This x square, this cancels. We simply have 84 minus 64, which is 20x, and 9624 minus 864 is 60. That means x is equal to 60 by 20. You cancel, you get 3. So what number should be added? 3 should be added so that they become in proportion. That is your answer. Let's see the next question. A father is, I think I've copied the question twice here, but anyway, a father is 7 times as old. Now, age problems are very important. Okay, number problems like this proportion problem is important. Number and fraction problem that I have done earlier, those type of problems are very important. In fact, whatever problems I have done here, except for 2 or 3, which I will tell you, they are very important. Okay, those types. Whether time and speed problems are not too important, because time and speed, whether I give or not, that is not too important. But definitely number problems, age problems, the 10 2-digit number, 3-digit number problems, those are important. Okay, we'll come to
Sir,
those kind of problems later. Yes, tell me what. Fine, we'll continue. A father is 7 times as old as his son. Okay, so whatever the age of the son is, you multiply that by 7, you get the father's age, right? That is what the statement means. 2 years ago, 2 years back, the father was 13 times as old as his son. 2 years back, whatever the son's age was at that time, if you had multiplied the son's age with 13, you would have got the father's age 2 years back. Okay. The question is, how old are they now? So we start by saying let the present ages, let the present age of the son be x. Therefore, what is father's present age? Father's present age. Father is 7 times as old as his son, right? So 7 times x. Okay. Next, the next condition that is given to you here is 2 years ago, the father was 13 times as old as son. So 2 years ago, son's age, 2 years ago, if the present age is x, then 2 years ago, his age must have been x minus 2 years. Okay. Father's age 2 years ago. Father's age 2 years ago. Present age of the father is what? 7x. So 2 years ago, the father's age would have been 7x minus 2. Okay. And what is given? 2 years ago, what was the relation between their ages? 2 years ago, see here, father was 13 times as old as his son. 2 years ago, father was 13 times as old as his son. That means whatever the son's age was 2 years ago, you multiply it with 13, you will get the father's age. So therefore, father's age, according to a problem, father's age 2 years ago must be equal to 13 times son's age 2 years ago. Okay, so we'll put the values. Father's age 2 years ago was 7x minus 2, and son's age 2 years ago was x minus 2. Okay, we'll solve this equation now. You can put this under brackets also, no problem. Okay, now you take all the x's, first multiply 7x minus 2, 13x minus 26. You take all the x's on one side, 7x minus 13x is equal to minus 26 plus 2. You get minus 6x is equal to minus 24. That means x is equal to minus 24 by minus 6. This is 4. Okay. So what is the son's present age? 4 years. Therefore, son's present age is x, which we have taken x is nothing but 4 years. And what is the father's present age? What was father's present age? It was 7x. 7x. 7 into 4. 28 years. So a 28-year-old father has a 4-year-old son. Okay.
Sir,
Yes. Any questions? Next,
no,
the
sir.
ages of Sona and Sonali, two people, are in the ratio 5:3. So the ratio of the ages is given 5:3. What does the ratio mean? That if I take Sona's age to be 5x, then Sonali's age will be 3x. Or if I take Sonali's age to be 3x, Sona's age will be 5x. That is what the ratio means. 5 years hence. What do you mean by 5 years hence? What does word mean hence? Hence here means 5 years from now, in future. Okay. The ratio of the ages will be 10 is to 7. So after 5 years, the ratio changes from 5 is to 3 to 10 is to 7. The question is find their present ages. So I start, since the ratio of the present age ratio is given, I say let the present ages, this is the, what is the ratio of the present ages? 5 is to 3. So let the present ages of Sona and Sonali be 5x and 3x respectively. Because the ratios are 5 is to 3. That's why I've taken 5x and 3x. Okay. Now 5 years hence, 5 years from now, Sona's age. What is the present age of Sona? 5x. And so 5 years from now, her age will be 5x plus 5. 5 years hence, Sonali's age is 3x plus 5. Okay. And according to the problem, what is given here? 5 years hence, the ratio of the ages will be 10:7. That means, according to this problem, after 5 years, the ratio of the ages, that means this by this, that means, or this is to this, 5x is to 5 is to 3x plus 5 will be what? 10:7 after 5 years. So this is, will form an equation from here. 5x plus 5 by 3x plus 5. Now you cross multiply. Simplify. Plus 7 into plus 5x is plus 35x. Plus 7 into plus 5 is 35. Plus 10 into plus 3x is 30x. Plus 10 into plus 5 is 50. Now take all the x's on one side. 30x comes from the right hand side to the left hand side, so it becomes negative. And 35 moves from the left hand side to the right hand side. So 35 minus 30x is 5x, and 50 minus 35 is 15. You get x is equal to 15 by 5. That means x must be equal to 3. Okay, so you've got x. Now question is, find their percentages. What were their percentages? Their percentages were 5x and 3x. Therefore, Sona's percentage what was Sona's? 5x. Put the value of x, 5 into 3. So it is 15 years. Sonali's percentage equal to 3x. Right? So you see here, what is Sonali's age? 3x. 3x. 3 into 3. So it's 9 years. Fine. Any questions here?
No, sir. No, sir.
Let's move on to the next one. I have a total of 900 coins. Okay. I have a total of 300 coins. Sorry, not 900. 300 coins of denomination rupees 1, rupees 2, and rupees 5. Okay. So in my pocket, I have total 300 coins. Some of them are 1 rupee coins, some of them are 2 rupee coins, and some of them are 5 rupee coins. The number of 2 rupee coins is 3 times the number of 5 rupee coins. Okay. So if I have, say, 6 3 rupee coins, then suppose I have 6 3 rupee coins in my pocket, then the number of 5 rupee coins has to be only 2, because number of 2 rupee coins is 3 times number of 5 rupee coins. The number of, suppose if I have 2 5 rupee coins, then the number of 2 rupee coins will be 6. Okay, you can understand it this way also, because the number of 2 rupee coins is 3 times the number of 3 rupee coins. The total number of coins is 160. Okay, I have 300 rupees actually in my pocket, not number of coins. Okay, the total number of coins is 360. So total number of coins, whatever, 1 rupee coin, 2 rupee coin, 5 rupee coins, when I count them, the total number of coin comes out to be 160 coins. Okay, 160 pieces of coins. How many coins of each denomination are with me? Now, before we start this question, let us understand Just a simple concept. Okay. Suppose I have 1 rupee coins in my pocket. Suppose I have 5 coins. Okay. Then how much 1 rupee coin I have? What is the money that I have? I have rupees 5, right? This 5 rupees I have. I have, suppose, rupees 2 coins. Say I have 10 coins. Then how much worth of money I have here? 2 rupees into 10 coins. So I have how much? 20 rupees. Suppose 5 rupee coins. I have, say, 6 coins. What is the value of these 6 coins? 6 into 5, which is 30 rupees. What is the total money that I have? I have 30 rupees, this one, plus 20 rupees, this one, plus 5 rupees. Okay. So I have a total of 55 rupees, in which there are 5 coins of rupees 1, 10 coins of rupees 2, 6 coins of rupees 5. That is the idea here. So what I have is I have a total of 300 rupees in my pocket. Okay. Of denomination 1 rupee, 2 rupee, and 5 rupee. Number of 2 rupee coins is 3 times the number of 5 rupee coins. And the total number of coins is 160. What we'll first do is we'll see how many 1 rupee coins, how many 2 rupee coins, how many 5 rupee coins I have. Okay. Now if you see, the relation between the 2 rupee and the 5 rupee coins is given. So what I'll do is I'll say let the number of 5 rupee coins be X. Let the let the number of rupees 5 coins be X. So therefore, what is the value of these coins? Value of rupees 5 coins is what? 5 rupees into the number of coins. How much do I have money? I have 5x. This 5x money I have. Next, it is said here that rupees 2 coins is 3 times the number of rupees 5 coins. Therefore, what is the number of 2 rupee coins? 3 times the number of 5 rupee coins. That means 3x. Okay. Therefore, value of rupees 2 coins, value of these rupees 2 coins is this rupees 2 into the number of coins, 3x, which is 6x. Now for rupees 5 coins I know, rupees 2 coins I know. How many coins were there in total? 160. So how many coins left? Whatever coins are left, that must be rupee 1 coins. So therefore, number of rupee 1 coin, total number of coins minus number of 5 rupee coins, which is 5x, minus number of 2 rupee coins, which is 6x, sorry, 3x. Okay, this is the number of 1 rupee coins. What is the value of these coins? Value of rupee 1 coins, 160 minus, simplify this, 160 minus 8x. 160 minus 8x into 1, which is 160 minus 8x. Okay, so these are value of rupee 1, rupee 2, and rupees 5 coins. And how much money do I have in total? 300. So all this must total up to 200. What is the total? Let's say total money I have. Therefore, total money I have is equal to, what is the value of 5 rupee coins? 5x. What is the value of 2 rupee coins? 6x. And what is the value of rupee 1 coins? Okay, all this. So This is 5x. Simplify this. 6x plus, open the bracket first, and this is your 11x plus 160 minus 8x, and 11 minus 8 you know is 3x. So how much total money I have in my pocket? 3x plus 160. And how much is given here? 300. So therefore, according to the problem, this 3x plus 160 must be equal to 300. Solve this equation. This is 7x, no? How am I getting? 5x plus 6x plus, oh, my mistake here. 5x minus, not 3x, this should be 6x, because the value of rupees 2 coins, no, this is okay, because this is 3x, yes. I have subtracted this from the value. Okay. Number of how many rupees 1 coins here? Number of rupee 1 coins and the value of rupee 1 coins. Number of rupee 1 coin. How many 5 rupee coins? X. How many 2 rupee coins? 3x. Okay. We are talking about the number. Okay. So this is 160 minus 4x. And this is 160 minus 4x into 1, which is also 160 minus 4x. So now change accordingly. 5x plus 6x into 160 minus 4x. Okay, so this is 160 minus 4x. 160 minus 4x. 11 minus 4 is 7. 7. 7x. Okay. So 7x plus 160, 340. This is also 7x. 7x. Okay. So now I have x is equal to 140 by 7, which is x is equal to 20. So how many 2 rupee coins I have? In fact, 5 rupee coins, x, which is 20. So therefore, number of rupees 5 coins is equal to x is equal to 20. Number of rupees 2 coins. How many number of rupees 2 coins here? 3x.
3 times 60.
And number of rupees 1 coins. See how many number of rupee 1 coins? 160 minus 4x. So put it here. 160 minus 4x. So 160 minus 4 into 20, which is 160 minus 80, which is 80. Okay, that is what you had to find out. How many coins of each denomination I have? You have found out. Okay. Next, on a school picnic, we have time for one, I think, or maybe more. I don't know. At least one definitely I'll be able to finish. Let's see. Simple equation problem takes time. On a school picnic, a group of students agree to pay equally for the use of full boat and pay rupees 10 each. If there had been 3 more students in the group, each would have paid rupees 2 less. How many students were there in the group? Now see, suppose if you are going for a school picnic, okay, and suppose if the cost of the picnic, the entire cost of the picnic, say, comes out to be, say, 10,000 rupees, suppose, okay, and if there are, say, 800 students in the school, okay, then how much does each student have to pay for the picnic? 10,000 divided by 800. Total expense 10,000 divided by total number of students. This amount each student has to pay. Now, suppose if the number of students are more in the school, suppose if not 800, so let us suppose the number of students in the school are 1,000. Then how much does each student have to pay? 10,000 divided by 1,000. That means what is happening? In the earlier case, when the students were less, 800 students were there, you were paying more. Okay, 10,000 by 800, you were paying more. But when the number of students go up from 800 to 1,000, since the total expense remains the same, since the total cost of the picnic remains the same, each student pays less. Okay, so with this idea, we shall proceed. So on a school picnic, a group of students agree to pay equally for the use of full boat. Okay, so on a picnic spot, whatever you have a small boat, and they agree to pay equally. So they pay rupees 10 each. If there had been 3 more students in the group, each would have paid rupees 2 less. Okay, whatever, irrespective of the number of students, the expense, the cost of the picnic remains the same. The total cost of the picnic remains the same. Okay, so suppose I initially take, let the original number of students be X. Okay, how much does each student pay? Rupees 10 each. When there were X students, each one is paying rupees 10. So what is the total collection? Total collection.
Denominator.
What is the total collection? 10 rupees each student into the number of students. 10x is the total collection. Now, if there are 3 students, okay, suppose number of students, if there are 3 more students, how much is the number of students if there are 3 more students? Initial number plus 3. So now the number of students has changed to x plus 3. So what is the total collection here? If the number of students increases from 10 x students to x plus 3, what is the total collection here? Each has to pay rupees 2 less. So each one is paying how much? Let me write one more step. They are paying rupees 2 less. Initially they were paying rupees 10. So now each one pays rupees 10, rupees 2 less. That means each one is now paying 8 rupees. Okay. So what is the total collection in this case? Total collection will be how much each one pays into the number of students, x plus 3. This is the total collection. Now see that whether 800 students are going or whether 1000 students are going, the cost of the picnic remains the same, 10x and 8x plus 3. The more number of students going for the picnic, the cheaper it is for each student to go. So therefore, since the cost of the picnic remains the same, so therefore, according to a problem, these two expenses, these two collections must be equal. Cost of the picnic must be equal. Now we can solve this question.
8x plus 24. 10x minus 8x is equal to 24. 2x 24. X is equal to 12.
is x is 12. So how many, what is the question? How many students were there in the group? We have taken the number of students in the group to be x, and we have found the number of students in the group to be 12. So that is what. I'll just explain this next problem and then I'll continue tomorrow. Okay. Two supplementary angles differ by 50 degree. Find the measure of each angle. Now, what do you mean by supplementary angle? What do you mean by supplementary and complementary angle? Can anyone tell me what is the
Sir,
meant by supplementary?
150 and 90.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What 20 and 90?
Supplementary is 90 degrees. Supplementary is 180 degree.
And the supplement.
What do you mean by supplementary is 180 degree and supplementary is when I'm talking about two angles? Suppose if I tell you three angles are complementary, what does it mean? Three angles. What does it mean? Who can tell me?
So they are below 90 degree.
Yes,
They are less than 90 degree.
Complement
they
below
are
90
less than
degree.
90 degree.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
90 degree.
They are less than 90 degree.
No, sir, they are 90
So the
degree.
three
They are
make
90
up
That's
degree.
the
They are
total
Each of them is
angle.
90 degree.
90 degree.
No, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Then
the
That
three of them
total
together